Let's move on now and talk about another company in the world of startup, and that's Laxmi. My colleague actually managed to speak to Priti Rathi Gupta, who is the founder of Laxmi, and this is actually a women's first financial platform, and the platform is focused on reducing financial gender disparity in India. So Sharath caught up with Priti. Let's go across and listen into their conversation.
Laxmi is solving the problem of financial security for women in the mass middle income and low income groups. These are women who are very aspirational. They want the best for themselves, for their families, but they don't know where to go, what to do about it. Whether it is banks, whether it is financial advisors, or a lot of the digital platforms are not something that meet her needs, her behavioral needs. And we've seen that mostly, bottom of the pyramid is essentially a lending market. So we want women who are sitting with small savings to financialize that, create financial security for herself and her family.
And ma'am, what's the growth outlook looking like? Going ahead, what it means for the company and the industry, especially women-led financing, women-led financial services. There's, of course, the knowledge also, because you need the knowledge first and then you need to come into the BFSI space. So what's the outlook looking like first for your company and also in this industry?
Absolutely. So I think one of the reasons why women have not been reached out to by our conventional business houses, financial services platforms, is because the cost to get a woman customer either on a digital platform or, as an advisor is very high. It's because women take their time. So, the industry is always catered towards men saying, okay, they are low-hanging fruits, let's just reach out to them. I think for us, we realized very early on that when we talk to women, it is not investment that we talk about, but her financial security. And the way we actually give access or create an inspiration for her to reach out for a service is by creating a community. So for us, we are actually a community-led platform. So we are not really in competition with a lot of digital platforms who are doing BFSI services. So it brings down our cost of acquisition. Second, I think we assume that, or we look at numbers and we say there are about 80 to 100 million women in this target segment who are typically in the age group of, say, 18 to and upwards. But we've narrowed down and we've said that the first, target that we should look at are women who are using, the smartphone to do any sort of money transaction. It could be a Flipkart, it could be Amazon, it could be a Paytm transaction. So she at least is comfortable doing money transactions, even if it is for her shopping needs. And if we look at that market segment, there are about 60 million women and about 20 million of them in the age group of 25 to 45 who typically have the agency over their earnings or their savings. So a 20 million audience that we can reach out to immediately tells you the vast opportunity. And if we just look at an average, AUM or an investable surplus of anywhere between 20 to 30,000 rupees, you're looking at a $10 billion AUM with these 20 million women. So that opportunity is vast. We already have 3 lakh women. Our aim is to by June reach our first million women on the platform. So we are getting there, but the industry opportunity is really huge and growing. And we know the mass middle income is growing at the fastest pace in our country.
What kind of advice you will give to the female founders in the startup system or in the VC system, what they should be looking up to? Of course, they can make startups in non-women-led products also, as well as women-led products. So what's your advice to these budding entrepreneurs, the females, if you'd like to say?
Well, I think, there are some that is probably it comes from the space that I come from, financial services. And one of the biggest advice that I give women who want to either start any sort of business, it could be a startup, it could be a nano entrepreneurship, is to have your personal and business finance separate from day one. You need to have a business plan which etches out your capital requirements for the next 2 years or 3 years, and your personal finance shouldn't be dependent on that.
Okay, surely a chat to watch out for, but let's move on. And if